Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest Heroes Black Widow. Classic looking Black Widow. I love the way she looks. I love a lot of what she comes with. We'll get into it as we go further on into the video. But like I mentioned in my Iron Man review, which I just did, all the Avengers of this line, wave, whatever you want to call it, they're all on sale right now. You can go and pick them up pretty easily. Because of that sale, I've pretty much completed my entire Avengers lineup. I have Thor, Cap, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Black Widow now. All I need is Giant Man and Ant-Man, and I guess technically Wasp. I do have a Wasp, but that's more of a technicality on the Wasp. But I just need those two, and my Avengers lineup is essentially complete. The classic Avengers, not the full team, not the one that includes Wolverine and Beast and Spider-Man and all them. Even though I do have a Spider-Man and I also have a Wolverine, I'm not talking about that lineup, that team. I'm talking about the classic team that includes these characters, and I'm super happy about that. I have a lot of great figures, and this is just another one. I assume. I haven't opened the box yet, but based on what I've seen online, she seems like she's a pretty cool figure, and you can actually see some details here that make her pretty cool. We'll again get to it when we get to it, but I guess that's enough rambling, that's enough preamble. Let's go ahead and get into the box. Starting with the front of the box, you have this nice image here of Black Widow. Kind of tells you what you can expect. On the side of the box, you have another image of Black Widow right there, standing in kind of an awkward pose, but you know, you do what you do. On the back of the box, you have all the accessories, plus Black Widow and alternate hair, because yes, you do get 3 hair types for Black Widow, which I appreciate super duper. It kind of takes a character that has existed throughout all time and brings her into whichever period you like her. If you like the 2000s, there you go with the short hair. If you like the more 90s or I guess modern look, you have this nice long hair right here. If you prefer the classics, you have this nice retro bob look going on there. And all these guns and accessories, it's all pretty neat and exciting. So there we go. On the side of the box, you have a nice image of Black Widow right there doing Black Widow things. And now we're back to the front of the box, so we can go ahead and transition to the figure itself. Okay, and this is pretty much all you get. You get actually a lot, and I just don't know where to begin with this one. I guess we can start with this more classic looking hair. Like I mentioned before I opened the figure, you have all these different head sculpts, and it kind of takes this figure across all time, because she's always had the black skin tight latex style, leather style suit across time, but the hair is really what takes her through different eras. So you have this more retro looking classic bob with the bangs, and the hair kind of stands up in the back. It looks like what you would see more in the past, I guess. So if you want a more retro looking Black Widow, there you go. You have this nice looking head sculpt right here. It also works. What I really appreciate with this Black Widow character, all of these could work for a Mary Jane Watson if you needed extra head sculpts for Mary Jane Watson, or if you wanted to make a custom Mary Jane Watson with figures you have lying around. You have a lot of options here with these head sculpts, and they all look absolutely wonderful. You have this one. You also have this one, which I mentioned could work. This is more like, I guess it could be modern, the 90s. This one really exists throughout all time. It's more of a timeless look for Black Widow. This nice, long, beautiful red hair. And then on the figure itself, you have this more short hair that really kind of reminds me of like the 90s and early 2000s, when things were a lot more cool and edgy and extreme. And you would have short hair on characters like Black Widow. So you have this more actiony style of hair that works for her. It's not my favorite, obviously. You have these thick strands that kind of look a little awkward in places if you kind of pose her in certain ways. It looks cool there, less so there, you know what I mean? And less so looking straight on. It's not really... It's a dynamic hairpiece. It's not my favorite. In fact, I'll go ahead and swap this one out for one I like a little bit better. I do prefer this one just a little bit more. this one is more of what I imagine when I think of a Black Widow, this hairstyle, and it looks absolutely wonderful on the figure itself. As far as accessories go, you have the belt, obviously. I guess you could call that an accessory. You have the gauntlets on there, but then you also have these swappable gauntlets. So you have this version right here. You have two of them for both arms. We'll just showcase this one. You have this one right here, which kind of looks like maybe she just fired and now her gauntlets are smoking, letting off steam, you know, kind of like how guns work, I guess. I don't know. Looking super duper. And then you actually have the ones that are actively firing. This one is a little limp. Let's go with this one. These are actually firing, so if you wanted to have more of a action-y scene, and she's actively shooting and firing her gauntlets at people, you have this cool looking gauntlet right here, looking wonderful. And then you have, let's see, so where do I start? So you have these two guns. You have one with a silencer. I don't think you can take the silencer off. Nope. And then you have a regular gun right here that is not silenced. They are both the same gun, just one has the silencer on it. Looking pretty good. It's been a while since I've had a figure with a gun before. That's interesting. But along with the guns, you also have blasting, like so it can actively fire a gun, or a bullet, I mean. And then you have the smoke effect for the guns as well. So basically, she has multiple ways of taking you down. She is a Black Widow after all. So you have the smoke effect for the pistols as well, along with the gauntlets. I do appreciate that detail. I appreciate going the extra length. Along with the guns, you have two fist hands, which look pretty wonderful right there. They look very nice. On the figure itself, it's more of those open, like, pose that you would have your figures in. And then you have two figure trigger fingers. I'm dyslexic, please don't bother me. Trigger fingers right here, ready to fire her weapon. So if you put the gun in one of these hands, it would look like so. And there you go. Looking pretty neat, pretty nice. I am a little bit worried because a lot of these are pretty tiny accessories, and I'm worried about losing them. But I should be fine. This one, I wish there was something I could do about that. I wish it wasn't so but it is. As far as the figure itself goes, you have, let's bring her up closer, you have this, we've already talked about the head sculpt. You have this nice collar right here, the zipper that goes all the way up, it goes all the way down, I guess, I don't know, to the abyss. Oh my god, I should not have said that. But you have the zipper that goes up right to there. You have these nice arms. Everything's black because superheroes, that you don't see them wearing too many colors, too many distinct outfit choices. You don't really see them wearing hoodies or blue jeans or anything like that. It's all pretty much a leather suit that just goes across your entire body, which we all appreciate. Some are a little bit more dynamic than others, obviously, but typically this is the superhero style. Like I mentioned, these are the hands right there. This one's a little bit more splayed out, so she can, like, I don't know, do a push-up, or, I don't know, lean against a wall. She's had a long day and she's tired leaning up against a wall, or maybe she's injured, I guess, I don't know. But like I said, there's not too much to mention as far as her look goes, because it's all just plain Jane black goodiness. It just looks like Black Widow, and that's all you really need. As far as articulation goes, I guess I should have kept on the other hair, because it will allow me to showcase her articulation a little bit better. Oy. So let's go ahead and plop that back on. It is on a disc, so it can go back like so. That's pretty good. Forward like so, and then a little wiggle on the ball joint at the top. Rotates all the way around. Arms can come up to about right there, obviously. Looking pretty good. And then, the one thing that really excited me about this figure is the butterfly joints on a lady. What? In 2023? I'd never. But, you know, it looks absolutely wonderful. It doesn't look awkward at all. A lot of people said it couldn't be done because these ladies are significantly smaller than the male counterparts, so it's a little bit more difficult to pull off butterfly joints and certain articulation that you would find on the male figures, and that's one reason why I always thought the female figures were so lame, is because they just didn't go as far as the male figures. They didn't have things like butterfly joints. They didn't have ab crunch and spots you would need them to be, and I just thought that was so lame because you could easily do it. Just because they're smaller doesn't mean it's impossible, and they finally have it. I don't know if this has existed before, to be clear, but for me, for my eyes, this is the first time I'm seeing this, and it looks great. It doesn't actually do too much. It goes back some, obviously, and it goes forward some. But butterfly joints aren't really meant for the extreme. They're really meant to just add a little bit, and that's what we like about it. So it goes up to about right there, and then forward like so, and back like so. All the way around like so. Swivel at the bicep. Double jointed pinless elbows. We love that. Comes up all the way to right there. Wrist goes in. She's talking like that. Wrist goes out, rotates all the way around. I also don't like these hands. They're super, like, I don't know, malleable. I don't like that. I like stiff and, like, not deformable hands. If they're like that, where they bend easy, you're just going to end up with something like this, where it's all bent and crooked and looks bad. But that's why we have these fist hands to pop on there, or these trigger fingers. So, you know, it's not the end of the world right there. As far as ab crunch goes, let's see if we can get it into light. So we have going back like so, and going forward like so. And before I go any further, I should mention, I tried to mention it earlier, but we have ab crunch on a lady. Like I said, it's crazy, but it's awesome, and I love it. So you have this upper breastplate right here. Lets you do all sorts of articulation like so, and then down here in the lower area you have just regular old ab crunch. It goes back like so and forward like so, and it looks great, and I love it. So she can really go deep in there, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. You can get her in much more dynamic poses, and it looks absolutely insane. Super happy with that. Swivels at the upper breastplate, not down here at all, but I don't mind that. I think it looks absolutely fine. That means the legs, of course, can come up to about right, a little bit higher, about right there. That's actually insane. She can do the splits like so. The splits aren't that deep, but you know. Swivel at the thigh, can rotate all the way around. Double jointed, pinless knees can come up to right about there, almost kicking her own ass. Ankle can go down like so, up like so, and that is your Black Widow figure. Like I mentioned, this figure is absolutely insane. I love everything about it. All these new features, the butterfly joints, the ab crunch, all of it adds on to make a wonderful looking figure. Wonderful articulation, all these accessories. This is really the most, this is what I would call a deluxe figure. It comes with a lot of things. It adds to the figure. It like enhances the experience. This is a deluxe. It's not just a big figure with like one extra hand accessory. This is what I would call deluxe, you know? So this one I would say is worthy of the higher price point. Obviously, I purchased it on sale, so in the end, it doesn't really matter. But price-wise, I think this is a lot more fair than a lot of the deluxes we've seen. We had the Iron Spider-Man. That was at a deluxe price point, and you know what? This came with a lot more and was a lot better. I like that Iron Spider-Man, but this is a lot better in terms of value, in terms of what you get. I think this is a wonderful figure, especially for a figure I just wasn't going to get. I had no immediate interest in it. I was like, another lady figure, they're all the same. They all just, it's the exact same body sculpt. It's the exact same figure. Just different hair, just different power effects. It all they all blend together, but no, this really sets itself apart from all the rest. It really sets a standard here. As far as the lady figures go, this is like the peak. This is the creme de la creme. And I'd love to see this applied across the board, because this is really the standard that it needs to be at. This is a wonderful, wonderful figure. and I'm very happy with what I have. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Obviously, I'm super happy with it, but if you guys have a differing opinion, I'd love to hear you out and see what you have to say. But yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. All the things YouTubers ask you to do, just do it for me as well, and I will be back with another video, hopefully very, very soon. Bye.